I just realized my mic wasn't muted the whole time. Hello. Welcome to another stream, I guess. In this stream, I'll be talking about why Marie in the Past and Pender Studios logo bloopers has been canceled. Hey, you guys never know that, didn't y'all? Yeah, I know you guys reacting to that. Yes, I was going to make a Pender Studios logo bloopers. I developed that series, no wait, the movie in 2018, along with Marie in the Past in the same year. And you guys wondering why the thumbnail looks like that? Like, what is this? I have no cover for the canceled projects, and I don't really have much time. And this is just for giggles. Yes, I added a Joe Yabuki cover. Joe Yabuki. All right, here's the cover of Marie in the Past, and we're going to talk about it and what's the development about it. So it begins around in March of 2018, and at the time, ever since Larry from the Shizzle Network inspired me to watch the 3 films in the Nutravon universe, I say, and at the time I used to be in the Nutravon Discord server. I'm not going to depth about because of so much drama that happened for the past 2 years, so I'm not going to depth into that. He told me that I must watch 3 films in order to make a good film and work with them at the time. So I've watched Citizen Kane, um, War of the Worlds, the 1950s one, and the other one, last but not least, is Back to the Future. Part 1 to 3. Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3. I watch all 3 of them, and they are like the best films of all time. Like, when I was younger, I only seen like a few clips of it, but now in 2018, I watched the whole thing. After I watched Back to the Future, and I was like, hey, maybe I should do Marie. You know, Marie Fox was now Marie the Great, the orange swords person, heroine Fox. Yeah. So this one, she was a yellow fox at the time, and looks like again a Woody copy. But this is gonna possibly be the last time I'll be talking about this Woody and Marie thing, because I don't want I don't want to keep saying it all the time. Like, I know you're supposed to remind people about that, but doing it like all the time is just mm, people can figure that out, and they can even look at my past videos why they can even look at my past videos about why Marie looks like that. So my older videos can explain more about it, because I'm not going to talk about this again. So yeah, this is possibly my last time. So yeah, Marie as Marty McFly, and Dr. Finn. Well, the character I just already uh, retired, killed him off, but he's gonna be back, but in a different design. So let's just say this prototype has been killed off. So Dr. Finn was Doc, and the plot is that Spino, who was that killed off killer opossum character that you've seen from the Rise Up the Vocals episode, was Spino's trick with Memorial on the Mantis. And this is what happens if Spino take Marie's past and changing it to his universe. It's just like Back to the Future 2, and you'll get the idea of the plot. So young Spino went to all right. So here's his Spino if he wasn't some killer. He rather than a killer, he was, well, a criminal killer. Instead, he was a very rich and greedy person that his history of my life, where I make some flip no animations, into doing some films and artworks now, and he took that away from me and changed it into his. Like, if he does that rather than me. Like, Marie was originally my persona, not Marie, that human that you see in my past videos. It's the Fox Marie. I was originally a furry or persona person, but I've now became a person human because I'm honestly not I'm not very fit to the furry thingy anymore. So the human thing just fits me well in my personality. Well, okay. So we already talked about this other alternate universe of Spino. So Doc told Marie that she can come with him to go back to the future to change to stop young Spino for uh barging into Lotso's place where Lotso was giving out month cereal that came from the YouTube poops. You know that month cereal reference that came from the King? Yeah, that was based on the YouTube poops. Actually, the old YouTube poops that came from like late 2000s or early 2010s. So yeah, that's how that's got from. And yes, I made a footnote about Lotso giving out months when I was younger in 2010. So I decided when it comes to Marie in the past, I decided uh to do a remake of that scene, but this time Speedo will be involved in Marie trying to stop him. Let's just say this: if when young Spino takes Lotso's place, it'll be Spino's universe. Like, he will take over my past. I mean, he has my past. But when I stop him, it'll be changed. It'll be changed back to me. Everything went back to normal. And it's just the same plot as the Back to the Future series where, okay, I'm gonna talk about the shoehorning. After we went to the past of 2010 and we stopped young Spino, we then went all the way to the future of what Pender's production was back in 2010 through to 2018 at the time of the film. So it'll just show Tom the polar bear and the character I used to own, but not anymore. And it'll be a scene that Major Lazer was all he was all confused of why General Rubbish destroyed his record player. No, his vinyl of Rum and Red Bull. Yeah, I added there, and it's kind of forced. So after looking, hang on, I'm sorry about that. So after all that traveling to the future, and you see a montage of my past, it'll be the present. So after we went back to the present, a huge boulder destroyed the DeLorean, and Dr. Finn was all disappointed, and Maria's like, "Don't be sad. We can throw a party." Then they throw a party, and at the very end, well, it was supposed to be like some yeah, it was an epilogue scene where it just showed me Marie. No, I say Marie was in a secret room, and there's a lots of folders. So she hold the folder, and it says Project X, and that means Pender Studios local bloopers. And that's it. And this whole joke about Maria's Marty, I put that there because, at the time, people mistaken me as a man because of that name, Pender. But I keep telling people many times that I'm not Pender, I'm Marie. Pender is my last name, but people just still call me that anyway because I really don't know why. Maybe because it's more I say bad A to them, or I really don't know. Like it just baffles me a bit, and I'm not really that offended back then, but I'm just a bit disappointed of why you don't name me Marie or my real name or something like my first name. Well, it's pretty optional. It's pretty optional to call me by my first name. So yeah. Um. So that's Marie in the past. I and you guys may not notice. You guys never noticed, but I actually made a whole script of it. But unfortunately, I was like disappoint. I was like angry. No, I was probably a bit um. I've lost the inspiration, and all this anxiety gets into me. I ended up deleting it because of my struggles with the project. And I also made a storyboard about it, and I stopped doing that. Like I just can't do it. So I canned it and I deleted the script. I shouldn't have done that because I really want to show you guys what I've done in that canceled thing. I mean that canceled project. If only I had the script, I won't have to tell you all this confusing plot that I'm doing right now. So sorry, I'm making you guys confused. It's just Back to the Future plot. It's just basically the same as Back to the Future. Marie in the past. So I wish I had the script so you guys can understand it more. But now we're going to Pender Studios local bloopers. So oh, and here's another thing. I did make a soundtrack of 96 Leaf, which is my music channel. It was Marie in the Past soundtrack. It was called Threat Nearby. That song wasn't that good anyway. So that's why I didn't finish the project. All right, now go to PDS local bloopers. Since I was again inspired by the local bloopers content creators, John Kyle, Silly Boy Hunter, Sky XD, Shizzle Network, Taylor Enterprises, and other um, bloopers. When it's starring me, Marie Fox, when I used to be a furry. It was this general, which, yeah, a surgeon general is calling me, and he's telling me, hey, why don't you add your logo into a film? And I really don't want to, but he want me to do it anyway because he wanted to take his daughter to, no wait, his granddaughter to a trip in order the film and the production. I mean, he want the film and the production to be so good and has to have a logo. So if the logo is perfect and the film was perfect too, then he gets the money and take his granddaughter into a trip. So I have to be involved in it. So I went to the studio with Craig. Yeah, Craig, the small cute robot. So we started the logos and we end up keep failing it so many times. And Waldo, the fat black person, well, actually, a clowny personality that he mentions about sardine, peanut butter, and sprinkles cookies. Like, ugh, that's disgusting. Yeah, I made a joke about Pender Studios, the different text. And I actually forgot how the jokes was. Yeah, I also typed a script in that film, but unfortunately that's also been destroyed. And then from time to time, like after maybe three logos were not right, there were three people. And Maria's all worried and then starting to cry because because she thought that she failed to listen to the general. So rather than a general, it's not the general nor the daughter, I mean the granddaughter and the other girl, maybe the granddaughter's friend. It turns out it was Major Lazer Ristar and Dynamite Teddy. And I actually don't know why I actually don't know why I added these characters, but I know why Ristar and Hetty was in it because they've been in my childhood comic stories as a child when I used to do comics of them. And Major Lazer, like to me, it's just like he's just there, and yeah. So I stopped crying and I talked to them and they told them they could help me and they accepted. So after logo, and I kid you not, there is an evil boss going to destroy us. So we have to stop them, blah, blah, blah. And we save the world. And after the general watches the film and everyone else, and they see the film with the logo all perfect, no errors, and they see the logo with no errors and then saw the film. And he finally gets his money and goes to a trip. And I am feeling all happy and peaceful with the help of my friends. And the end. Why is it canceled? It's because number one, I don't have no voice actors to help me with the project. Yeah, I did ask people to do some voice acting for me, and so I don't have to be the only person doing it, but that didn't go very well because no one didn't respond and they were just too busy. And another reason is motivation loss. Like this is just too much. This project is too big for me. I'm not like John Kyle nor anyone else. So I canceled that. And the editing of my Sony Vegas would be so like my Sony Vegas will crash the freak out of me. Like it will stop working with all that extra stuff. So nope, I'm not doing that just to protect my computer and for safety reasons. No blue screen of deaths, please. So yeah, that's all the projects of Marina Past and the PDS local bloopers.